Da. Trebalo bi da otišao live. So if you want to join the stream. Ne vidim, brate.
Yeah.
Da. Trebalo bi da otišao live. So if you want to join the stream. Started?
Well, it seems that you're live.
Yeah, it's just that I don't see it live on my tablet. But I don't care.
Well, we are live.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. So
And there's a delay.
for the
Hi, Madison.
two people following the stream, hi. Madison wants to join. Do we know Madison?
We know Madison.
Are you a dangerous person, Madison? No. Okay, if you want to join, how do we send her the link? B. Hi, Russell. Hi.
We should have discussed this beforehand. Hi, Russell.
Well, we can post the link publicly, and first come, first served.
Oh,
Look. I still need to physically add them to the stream. So, I mean, they can join the thing, but I still need to drag and drop them into the conversation.
So your M will be your judge, jury, and the executioner.
Just judge.
And the executioner.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's see. So invite, copy. So we're going to paste the link. Hopefully it's not going to be abused. So the way you're going to join is either via a computer with a webcam or with a phone. If you're on an iPhone, you're going to have to use Safari and approve camera and microphone. And if you're on an Android, I think it's just going to work in any browser. Just saying. So here's the link. Hopefully you should be able to. I mean, if you don't want to, just ignore. What's up, B? What's going on, dude?
Well, I was having a nice nap.
But then
somebody decided to call me and interrupt my nappy time.
Stop doing that. Why are you doing
that? I wanted to join. I wanted to join our live stream.
Well, at least the link works. So Madison, feel free to join. Good opportunity to get to know you. So I didn't call you, B, because you have this rule, which is a ridiculous rule, which is never call without sending a message before.
You know my policy on telephone calls. Unless something is burning and that something isn't a thing but a person, then you can call. Like, your wife has to be on literal fire.
Okay. That's a pretty harsh condition to be able to call you. Can you
Okay, only one mosquito killing attempt going awry is enough to warrant a call to me.
Actually, I've had a lot of practice with that, and I've only had the one incident out of 50 different, combat engagements.
Is that why you guys moved?
No, not a large scale incident. It was more like I might have glazed the trash can a little bit.
Let the people know, what did you do?
Yeah, so in case you didn't know, the way I deal with the mosquito problem is I take a deodorant that we don't use and a lighter, and I emulate a flamethrower very successfully, which ends up frying the little blood-sucking, should I say the B word on the live stream?
Bloodsuckers?
I already said that. No, that's an adjective. Never mind. So
Blendfire.
I might have done that actually in the previous video, the last video that we published, or the one before that.
Yeah, but you
There's
can't
like
expect everybody to follow the streams.
we got our first question. Thank you for your question. Are you gonna read this, B? So I think it's Mercia
Mercy. It's
Kakuba. Let me know if I butchered your name. So the question is, hello guys, is Jordan B. Peterson still in Belgrade? I think he is, but that's about all I know.
It would be great if Jordan B. Peterson simply walked in the background of one of us, just like that's the room, and like
Kind of like
underpants and coffee.
Literally like nighttime tea. Like, oh,
Yeah.
There was another question. Thank you for your question. And what about the furniture? The furniture is
That is why I don't use furniture.
No,
I don't do furniture.
I'm very careful. I would never attack a mosquito that is like, on the sofa. I'd attack them when they're up there. By the way, there's one here. There's one here right now. I'm gonna do a photo and show it to you.
No. I know you precisely what people do.
No, hold on to see if I can do it. Yeah. Boop. You see, because he likes the light. Look at this guy. You see him?
I thought that you were going to fry him.
I will. If you're fine with that, I'll just go fetch my equipment.
I think this is one of those things that's very against YouTube policies, like showing dangerous acts.
Opinions on JP. I'm gonna guess this is Jordan Peterson. Madison asks.
Yes.
You might have expressed an opinion on the guy sometimes before, and I think you're.
I did on Babylon Illustrated Hands, but I basically said that I don't know much about the guy, but I think that he does a lot of good by making Christianity more potable to an entire generation that has kicked God out of the picture. That's it.
I don't have like a strong opinion. I find the guy very charismatic. I think he strikes a very significant number of pretty good points. But lately he's a bit controversial, so I don't really have like a fully built opinion. I generally like the guy. That's all I can say. We have more questions. I think somebody's screaming sin. So please elaborate on what exactly is a sin, so that we can understand better. Michael Gilmore says, "Good afternoon from USA." Good.
Hi, Michael. By the way,
good afternoon, USA.
Yeah, I'm very happy that we have Michael on the live stream, so that we can all wish him happy marriage.
Oh wow, really nice.
Yeah.
Happy marriage. How would you say this? Много лета. Forever young.
Many a summer, many a summer, many a summer. That's why I don't sing.
Hopefully in a better rendition. Mercia, I hope I'm not, butchering your name. Read a book about Polish vampires. They were described as having a needle under the tongue and look like normal humans. FYI, Serbian vampires are much scarier than Polish vampires. And vampire is the only Serbian word that I know of that's actually globally used, and it's a Serbian word.
The only one. I think it is the only one.
Yeah, vampir in its original. Sammy Spiros, never God will always be with us. Gotta say, not 100% sure what you meant. So I'm going to try to interpret that a bit more. Temple Drake, share your thoughts on fasting. That's a good one. I have a lot of
Fasting is great
thoughts.
for other people.
Yeah, because you suck at fasting. Just kidding, just kidding. Fasting is only challenging, in my opinion, if you're like if you're doing it for the wrong reason. That's all. Like if you're doing it for the
Oh, very nice, very nice.
if
I'm learning too.
you're learning, what are you learning about? What
Well,
are
you
you
said it
thinking?
best.
What are you
Fasting is
thinking
only
about?
I quoted that today. I
You
quoted that
did?
today.
No,
Yeah. What are you thinking
that's one of
about?
the best. I still
Yes.
think that's one of the best.
Yeah, yeah. Well, fasting is only difficult if you do it for the wrong reasons. And I'm like,
Oh,
wow,
absolutely,
nice.
absolutely. No, absolutely, absolutely. It's honestly that's 100% like life experience. If I'm doing it just because fast, it's like it's always challenging. Something's wrong, right? I'm either hungry or I don't like what I have to eat. My wife made something that I hate, which the same thing. I loved it like 2 weeks ago. So at the end of the day, if you go back and question the reason why you're fasting, things become different because at the end of the day, you are on your own super weak. We're humans. We're super weak. By the way, we're super weak. So
Yeah.
basically, when you go back and you think about the cause, the reason, then you start actually asking for help from above, and then a bit of divine intervention kind of fix things very, very easily. That's
Yeah.
all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Polish vampires. Ha, ha. Inquisitor Xav asks, didn't he got help from an Orthodox priest for his Bible study? Is this something about Ubi?
No. I think it is about Jordan Peterson.
Oh.
I never discuss Bible studies with Orthodox priests.
I don't really know. I don't really know. But if he did, that's good. that's pretty good. Have you read Fulton Sheen's Life of Christ? I'm familiar with this, but I haven't read it.
I have read the one by Matthew, Luke, John, and Mark. I haven't yet seen the Sheen's version, the Fifth Gospel, but I'm a huge fan of Sheen. So, but to be quite honest, I've only watched his episodes of Life is Worth Living, and by the way, you should give it a watch. It's a really good show.
I love when you send me links. That I really adore when you send me links. Also, I love when you send me memes, and I try to send you as much awesome memes as I can.
By the way, everybody subscribe to M's channel, Trello Illustrated. Trello My Chronicles.
Oh God. Yeah. I work with Trello, but it's completely irrelevant. We have Sheva, potentially meant to be Shiva player, saying pozdrav on very clear Serbian Cyrillic. So pozdrav, ciao, ciao, pozdrav Čirilično. Mercia says you're a good butcher, probably me. So that means I'm probably butchering it very her or his name.
I think it is a reference to my singing.
Yeah, could be.
No. How you pronounce the name? Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Exactly.
Sammy Spiros, what do you think is in God's mind for this coronavirus 19?
I think we should make an episode on Corona.
I actually recommend, if you have the time, to go back through our list of videos, and you will see two very, very, in my opinion, very good videos. We had conversations with two Orthodox priests. One is actually like more than 2 hours in length, and we kind of talk about that. And I think what they said specifically is just 100%.
Yeah, it nails it. So
yeah, 100% what I would respond to that. And by the way, I would never presume to think what's in God's mind. That's all.
Oh, but it's so easy. I'll teach you.
Yeah,
To
obviously.
presume.
Obviously. Heresy alarm somewhere, anywhere, please. Um,
Blasphemy, heresy, lunacy,
ooh,
sacrilege.
Mercia. Very nice put. A local priest once said, when questioned about the benefits of fasting, and he said, the best fasting will help your neighbor more than you. That's actually very, very good. Very deep.
By the way, have you read The Shepherd of Hermas?
No,
Yermin Pastir.
and I need to give you this one, by the way.
Yeah.
I
It
prepared
is
it for you.
it is an early Christian book, very popular in early Christianity, and it discusses the adventures and visions this apostle Hermas has. And at one point, he has a vision of, I believe, Christ or the church. And by the way, the book's interesting because he has visions of the church who is either a young girl, a woman, or an elderly lady. And each of these visions has its own explanation. Really interesting. And at one point, either Christ or the church describes what true fasting should be. And Christ or the church says, many people fast, but they fast in vain. If you want truly to fast, you will make a calculation of how much money you spend on food before when you don't fast and when you fast. And the difference should go to the poor, and that is true fasting. So I have been going around in my neighborhood and beating up poor people until they make up the difference.
You did?
Well, I waste more money when I fast. For all the fake meats, milk, and cheeses. But it does say something about our fasting.
Yeah, I hear something like somebody's trying to break into my apartment. Let me just check if that's the case. Jel neko pokušava provali, razbiću ga. Ne, dobro. Okay, so really good questions, by the way. And you're gonna have to send me a link to that book as well. This was on Livestream, so now you have to. So, Madison Mills, have you ever had crazy spiritual experiences fasting?
No.
I gotta say no, not specifically while fasting. And by the way, we talked about some of the miracles that we've experienced in one of our previous videos. So if you want to go back, I think you might find them interesting.
By the way, I have to update my religious experience from that one. I won't describe this experience as it was. If anyone's curious, there's an episode on this channel. But even though there was no physical light of any sort during the experience itself, whenever I recall it that everything was bathed in golden light. I simply cannot imagine it any different. Even though it was definitely not the case in a physical sense. But my memory of it is so strongly luminous, you know? It is something that I have noticed after the episode. Like, okay, my memory is definitely... I don't want to say imagining it, but seeing it in a different way than I perceived it at that time. So just a little addition.
Yeah. But I would stamp it as fake because it shouldn't be golden light. It should be white light. Just saying.
There are many colors of light.
Yeah, exactly.
Except pink, purple that they use in nightclubs. That's like directly from hell, like that toxic light.
Surgit Sinner, you're alive. Probably referring to you. Yes, B's alive. Temple Drake, Easter, and then like the more sign, Christmas. Yeah. I confirm that.
Well, I mean, everybody does get born. Only one guy got back from the dead.
Exactly. Russell Tisdale, if you two could grow beards, would you?
We have beard.
Well, yeah. When I visited this monastery, you would recognize it Leshe.
Yeah.
Um, so this monk, he literally stops me like mid step. He's like, "What's that?" I'm like, what is that? Showing my
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
beard. He's like, you need to shave that or do a real one. I'm like, yeah, sure, bless me, Father, bye. Like, I'm not changing my physical appearance because you blessed it. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. By the way, I honestly, if I could, like, if I had better beard, I might look a bit different, but not like a long beard, Orthodox monk style. Um, Michael Gilmore, thank you for the best wishes and the top-notch chanting. It is appreciated. On a different note, what is your opinion on this peace deal with Kosovo?
Can
We
I
have to do an
chip in real
episode on
quick?
this. We have to do an
Um,
episode, but yeah.
Actually, for our next episode, which we turned to live stream at literally the last moment, we wanted to go through that agreement and laugh at all of the entries
And
and
collect all the memes and
collect all
like
the memes. And there are so many of them here in Serbia, and they're all perfect.
yeah.
And I will just say this: if you ever mess up real bad in your life, like you're speeding on a road and then you hear hitting somebody and then somebody flying and so on, and you're like, what did I do with my life? Just say to yourself, at least I'm not the president of Serbia who signed that agreement.
Yeah, it is. It really deserves like special attention,
Yeah.
and endless mocking. So I'm gonna reserve my opinion about it for now.
And,
But
and proper penalty for high treason.
yeah, obviously. But what I'm gonna tell you is there is like there's like what the media in the United States is saying about it, and then there's what the media in Serbia is saying about it, which is like totally opposite. Like,
And then there is what official American government Twitter is saying about what Serbia is saying.
yeah, which is like
It's gold. It's gold.
it's gold. It's comedy gold. So Violet Rose, what is the difference between an Orthodox priest slash monk and a wizard? Great question, Violet. If you don't mind me saying, I think I've read on Twitter that Father Stephen Damick, you remember the guy from our first video? He was approached and asked if he was a wizard while in like full priest robes and with a beard. So I think we might actually just forward the question to him to explain. But in general, it depends on what's the definition of wizard, because if we're talking about wizards from different game lores or from Dungeons and Dragons, which is owned by Wizards of the Coast, we can talk at length. But in general, I think there's a couple of similarities that we could point out. Like they chant, they use materials to perform rituals.
Okay, I hope that Steven Anderson isn't watching this.
You wish. But yeah, so that's all I know. Somebody responded, wizards do things on their own will,
Yeah.
as opposed to priests and monks not doing stuff on their own will.
No. I think what MH wanted to say is that wizards perform magic by source of their own power, whereas monks perform God's will, which may involve miraculous manifestations. But in Christianity, even wizards don't do it by their own power. They have a certain power behind them. If you know what I mean.
Yes. The infamous bishops. So, Mercia says,
Not quite mad, but close enough.
wizard is a modern term. At least 300 years ago, both men and women who practiced witchcraft were called witches. Yeah, that's basically why I asked. It depends on how you regard wizard. Temple Drake. Slava is an Orthodox tradition mostly to Serbs only, right? Greeks, Russians, etc. don't celebrate to my knowledge. That's right. Slava is 100% Serbian, a Serbian thing. It is passed from, traditionally from father to son. Sometimes people, as we call it, take their wives Slava. It's not unknown to happen. Kind of frowned upon in my experience. And as far as I know, Greeks celebrate name days, and Russians don't celebrate anything.
No, Russians do celebrate name days.
They do, but yeah, when they're like named by a saint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
my God.
We have a banner. All this time we have a banner saying the hype is real. I just saw that. That was just a test.
Actually, I can't stop watching the duck in the top right corner. So
yeah, that's the service we're using.
Yeah, I know.
But it's
by the way,
it's a bird.
By the way, this Sunday in the chapel that I attend, we had a nun, and she celebrated her name day. So sometimes Serbs do celebrate it, but it is generally very rare. And when Serbs do celebrate their name days, you know that they're like very religious. And this nun was named. It's sort of a weird story. So on Sunday was the feast day of Saint. I think, for example, Saint Sila of Persia. But when she was tonsured to become a nun, she was given the name Sarah. So now, because the priest mispronounced it, so now she celebrates two name days for Saint Sila of Persia, which was on Sunday, and Saint Sarah, the wife of Saint Abraham. So she has a lot of celebrations throughout the year.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like I know a lot of people who do things like that. Like, for example, I have a friend who was hit by a car and he was like in a coma. It was like very serious. And on Saint Saint Olympia, I think. So Saint Olympus, or how would you translate that? On his day, I think he recuperated fully, like almost miraculously, and he celebrates that day pretty much not like his Slava, but like like his chosen saint. And I have that as well, Saint Paraskeva. I celebrate her as well as I celebrate my patron saint, Saint Luca. Violet Rose, I was leaning to Wizards of Fantasy stories / legends specifically. Yeah, that's the kind of wizard that I would be talking about. Temple Drake, what are some of your favorite churches?
Nice.
That's a very good question. While you were thinking about the answer, Pozdrav is Istre. Pozdrav. I can't read the name though.
It is like cuneiform alphabet from Mesopotamia.
It's so awesome. Like, I want a name like that. So while you're thinking, I already have the answer. I actually have 3 favorite churches, and that's it. Like, it's very simple, so I'm not gonna go like too far away. So my one and only favorite church is the church that I attend every Sunday. It's not just like the building and the way it looks, especially since it's changed. It's looked so many times because it's still being built. Like when I started going to church, we didn't have frescoes at all. So that's my absolute favorite church, period. My second favorite church is the church where I basically went to my first or second divine liturgy. And like I only went there like 3 times, but it's my favorite, one of my favorites, period. And the third is where I was baptized or christened by a priest who was like, who didn't charge me anything for it. B, your the ball is in your court.
Well, my top 1 favorite church that I attend is the Chapel of St. John Chrysostom in a Serbian campus. Yeah, similar reason as them. I like the community, I like the chapel, I like everything about it. My biggest, a lot of my fondest church memories are from there. I also like my parish church, Church of St. Sava, which is, you have this huge cathedral called the Temple of St. Sava here in Belgrade, and when there's usually a picture of a church from Serbia, that's the one. Well, this is the small church next to it. That's my parish church, and I really like it a lot. By the way, the temple has this huge, beautiful crypt, but even though it's nice, I'm not just a huge fan. It's a little too much for me. I also love, my family has a house on Mount Zlatibor, and there's a beautiful Church of Transfiguration, which I love attending. It's one of the most beautiful churches ever, in my opinion. So if you go to my channel, Bible Illustrated Hands, in one of the recent episodes, I take a couple of shots from it during the Slava service. So
it has a specific charm. I can attest to that.
When were you there last time?
Maybe 2 years ago.
Okay. So
no, a year ago. I've seen
frescoes.
Yeah. Frescoes are top notch. Okay. So Captain Crunch live stream. Yes, Captain. Thank you for joining us. Hope to do a rematch of our Vanguard game sooner rather than later. Lorelei Lemieux. Hope I read that correct.
Nice.
Hello from Canada. Who are your favorite saints? Such a wonderful question. I love that question. Yeah. I love that question. My favorite saint, without dispute, is Saint Seraphim of Sarov. The absolute favorite. I just, even now, the fact that I just mentioned Saint Seraphim, I'm already like blossoming. That's the best way to describe it. And besides Saint Seraphim, my favorite saints are my patron saint, Saint Luca, and my should I say it, chosen saint, Saint Paraskeva Petka.
Yeah.
These are my favorite saints, and I have a second tier of favorite saints, but these are the top 3.
Mine are Saint George, who's my patron saint, Saint Spiridon of Trimephteos. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the place. I'm checking my icon corner. I love Saint John Chrysostom and my guardian angel. Those are my favorites.
You kind of froze midstream, but I heard my guardian angel. That was it, right?
Okay, just quick rundown. Saint George, Saint John Chrysostom, guardian angel.
Cool. Okay. Censored. Surge Sinner. Slava is a universal practice. It's just you guys do out bigger. No, it's Serbian practice. La, sue me. Captain Crunch says, by the way, the Rockefeller heart transplants is an urban legend. How dare you, Captain Crunch?
He's rich. He must be evil.
Absolutely. This is not up for discussion.
Yeah. I bet you also think that Soros is a good guy.
Yeah.
You're banned, Captain. You and your children and your children's for 3 days.
for 3 days. You really got them there, B. Russell
It's a joke from
Tisdale.
the Simpsons, not my own.
Yeah, Russell Tisdale, sorry, says, being
Oh,
received
no, no, no,
into the
sorry, sorry,
church.
sorry. Russell Tisdale. I love that. It just sounds so nice.
Russell does sound very nice. I'm being received into the church in a few months. Congrats. Saint Joseph the Betrothed is my patron. I found options for icons of him are fewer than I would have guessed. Any thoughts why?
Yes.
Go ahead. Think out loud. Oh, it's going to be a
Well,
diatribe.
you see, the Western devotion to Saint Joseph is actually very recent. In the West, you did not have a church dedicated to Saint Joseph until 11th century. There wasn't a feast of Saint Joseph in the Western Church until 15th century. Then they introduced the devotion to Saint Joseph as a way to combat the rising Marxist ideologies, which
You just
isn't
have to
bad.
spoil. You just have to spoil everything. You just have to spoil that. Yeah, you're spoiling the.
I'm not saying that this devotion to Saint Joseph is wrong. It's perfectly fine. Actually, I quite like it, but never really developed. It never really developed in the Eastern Church because, as you know, the Eastern Church never had any issues with communism.
Never.
Just kidding. But simply it wasn't developed, so that is why. And he simply wasn't one of the most popular saints out there, you know. I mean, there are icons of him, there is a feast day of him, and so on, but he simply wasn't that popular. And I think that people who join from Roman Catholicism tend to be surprised at this lack of sort of devotion to Saint Joseph.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Mercia. For people watching, maybe you find this interesting. I always thought that mana in video games comes from the Bible. You know mana, right? But no, in Polynesian, it means inheritance of charm. That's interesting. I also always thought it was well, I thought that when I was a kid. Yeah, Temple. Oh, B just dropped. I can't do this on my own. Okay, I think he might be back. Let me get him back into the stream. You're back.
I apologize. Somebody called me on the messenger, and that made the sound levels of the stream go to next to 0.
Well, whoever you are, you don't just call B. You have to write a message that you're going to call him, and then the subject of the call, so that he can decide if he wants to take the call. You know, he's a busy guy.
You're mean.
Who says who? Temple Drake, is there a patron saint for everything? I'd say Theotokos is.
Yeah, I was about to say Mother of God.
Is literally.
By the way, you can pray to any saint about anything. You know, when we say that a saint is a patron of something, that is simply custom. You know, because we associate like lives of saints with.
All I'm gonna say, as you were saying, you can pray to any saint for anything. I already saw like the 2 Protestants that we have on the stream, just like, you know, what's the word? When you
heresy.
No, that would be idolatry, right? Specifically.
Yeah.
From their perspective, I mean, that would be idolatry. Yeah, I was thinking about disintegrate, but because we mentioned Dungeons and Dragons, I went in my brain on this path of understanding how disintegrate works. Is it like a 6th level spell for sorcerers? Crazy, like this never happened to me. So sorry about that.
That was a tangent.
Yes, thank you. Chopo Glagolica. That's about the name. So that quote unquote funny name that we saw. It's in Glagolica. Violet Rose. You inherit God's power by grace. So it could be like mana. Maybe. I don't know. Serbian Vojvoda. Pozdrav, možeš li pojasniti zašto se u jevrejskoj verziji spominje žena pre Eve Lilith? It's a bit of an off question. So the question is, can you explain why in the Jewish version of, I don't know of what, there is a woman being mentioned before Eve? Probably Jewish version of the Bible. So the name of... No?
I think it's in Talmud, but I'm not really
No,
sure.
Jewish version of the Old Testament, whatever.
No, but it's not in the Old Testament.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's not. Hey, from Ontario. Hey, Canada. What's
Answer the question.
But I don't know. Do you know?
I don't. So answer the question.
Stop it, B. Michael Gilmore asks, what is going on with the Orthodox Church in Macedonia? Are we in communion with them, or are they in schism with everyone? Well,
Schism. Shazam.
Yeah. Schism. My heartfelt apologies for mispronouncing this. So just so you know, just like in Montenegro, there's a bit of a nationalistic situation there. Sorry?
Okay, sorry. I was assuming you were going to say something else, but you saved it. Okay. Go on.
Yeah, so there's like two parallel quote-unquote Orthodox churches. One is the canonical, fully canonical, recognized by everybody, Serbian Orthodox Church in Macedonia, the Archiepiscopi of Ohrid, if I'm not mistaken. And the other one is the so-called Macedonian Orthodox Church, which is in communion with a couple of different churches. I would say the Ukrainian Orthodox Church and the Montenegrin Orthodox Church. Yeah, I mean, they all stick together when they're like the outcasts or something like that. So what's going on there is there's been many talks about this in many videos, and B has been on this topic, I think, on a couple of occasions. The fact is that there's this thing with the national names of churches, like the Antiochian Orthodox Church, the Serbian Orthodox Church, Russian Orthodox Church, which is questionable nowadays. If that
Antiochian isn't a national.
Yeah, sorry about that. That I wanted to go back to that, but you were quicker. So that's one aspect of the problem, and the other aspect of the problem is simply political, 100% political. Which is, again, goes back to national churches. Everybody wants one. Every nation, no matter when it was pronounced a nation or decided to start calling themselves a nation, now wants their own version of the church. I want my own church now. Love a good crypt, says Captain Crunch. Yeah, I think crypts are awesome. Temple Drake, those Stabilo pens, German engineering at its finest.
By the way, practically everything on my videos is on a main channel, Bible Illustrated, is drawn with them, and I have sent in the chat. I have completed at least one complete Bible chapter using only them. You can see the Proverbs chapter 12 done with Stabilo. I love them. Stabilo are the greatest. I think that if more people use them, then there would be no market for pens.
Nada verse or nada verse.
Nada verse. Okay, sorry.
Hast du ein Problem?
Nein.
Cave churches are always interesting.
Yeah. Love a good cave church. By the way, I'm a friend of ours, Vladana. She went to this village somewhere in Serbia where they have this huge cave church, and I believe that is the one of the oldest preserved churches in Serbia. And what's interesting about this church is that it has a fresco of Christ who is bald.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll try to I'll try to find the picture of it. I would assume that they tried to make yeah, I think this was supposed to be infant Christ, or no. I believe that this was supposed to be a composition from the fresco of I believe Saint Peter of Alexandria, and the saint had a vision of Christ standing on altar with his vestments ripped, and he has Christ who tore your vestments, and he said, "Godless Arius, he tore my vestments," referring to the schism. I'll send the image here in the chat so you can see it.
I know.
It's really interesting. Sergey the Sinner, guessing your guardian angel face palms a lot. Well, if you want to see how my guardian angel reacts to me, check out my webcomic side project comic on Instagram, and you'll see. Like 50% of the comic at least is me interacting with my guardian angel.
You know what I just figured I can do?
Yeah.
Look.
Oh, wow, nice.
I can show the comment in the stream. So
cool. Okay, StreamYard is the best.
LOL. No, I don't know what that's about. We've said so many things. McCoy Fleming, hello from Canada. Hey, McCoy. Violet Rose. By the way, if mentioning churches, there is an ancient Byzantine monastery in Egypt that was reconstructed from damage in recent times, and it's awesome. Violet, can you send the link? I would like to see that. It's Saint Bichet's monastery, by the way.
That's Saint Paisios the Great.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, one of the very first questions I received on my Bible Illustrated Q&A was, who is Saint Bichet or Pishoy? And it turned out it's Saint Paisios.
Yeah. Hello, brother boy, and greetings from Romania. Ionu. But
hello, bless Father, bless the stream.
Where is hello for me, Father Ionu? I'm a bit disappointed now. I can't go on. Take over.
Okay. McCoy Fleming, in the creed, why do we call our
wait,
church
wait, whoa. Your comments are not in order. You're probably reading top comments. No, let me do it.
No.
This is how you disrespect people on your personal streams. Yes,
I'm reading after the Father Ionu.
No, because the next one is Captain Crunch. The word is implode. Dude, trust me. I've ordered them in as
you ordered them.
No. Just let me do this. Let me do this.
I'm sending you the screenshot.
Oh, hello, brother M and B. Greetings from Romania. Okay, then this is messing things up for me. I'm sorry if I'm trying to be fair. By the way, thank you, Father Ionu, for including me. I feel very good now, and my ego feels.
Hubris goes before the fall.
Stop it, B. You mean person. McCoy Fleming, in the creed, why do we call our church Catholic? I believe in one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. Well, what does Catholic mean? Just because Roman Catholic took that as the name of their church, the official formal name of their church, that doesn't mean that we are not a part of the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church, right? Right, B?
Yeah, sure, by now. No, thing is, it simply means universal, that it is a church that invites all people and women to it.
Cat's Muse. Ape from Yorkshire. I'm not sure what that's about, so sorry about that. Mercia. McCoy, the church fathers started calling the church Catholic to fight against the ones who denied the Chalcedonian Council. So basically, the word Catholic was used when the schism, Shazam, of 1054 took place. By the way, B has a video on Bible Illustrated where we did a piece on the Great Schism, which we refer to as the Great Shazam. Sorry, guys, if it was awkward mentioning wizards and monks. No. I just remember someone writing that he liked a lot of the Rings and Christian monks, and he thought that monks were like wizards without the hat. Okay,
well,
they don't have,
sort of true.
they don't have to,
like,
they don't have, to
for
have
example,
a hat.
By the way, guys, if any of you has played Skyrim, the Greybeards are basically Hesychast monks. Like,
oh yeah, nice.
Like they're identical. I'm like, this maybe it's a coincidence, but I can imagine some of the designers knowing about hesychasm. You know, it's just too similar and too dissimilar to sort of similar practices as in Hinduism, Buddhism, yada yada.
Russell Tisdale, I read about Holy Fools. Is there a tradition of Holy Fools in Serbia, and are there modern Holy Fools? There are some people I've met whom I kind of thought could fit that particular description, but in general, I kind of don't see it nowadays.
Yeah, it is primarily a Russian phenomenon. I mean, there are, I think, also in Greece, but in Serbia, it's relatively rare. I think that there was this one guy that I used to see in public transport, this elderly guy, probably homeless, who was very pious. And when I was going to church, one of the people there remarked, kids love this guy. Like, he simply walks into a tramway, for example, and kids are like, like they flare up when they see him. So, you know, there are probably some, but you know, with those extreme forms of asceticism, I would say that a lot of us don't even know how many great saints are there. And there are even traditions that the dread judgment itself was averted a couple of times by now by the prayers of the great saints.
I've heard that as well.
I believe that that's the case with Saint Bernasuffius the Great. Assumingly, it was him and two other saints who were praying in 6th century who delayed the last judgment. And now we have 2020 and staff meetings. Thanks, Saint Bernasuffius.
I love this software, by the way. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And I've decided not to read all comments because I discriminate.
Yeah.
I discriminate because I no longer understand. I no longer understand the order.
Aaron, you're the Aaron to my Moses.
Dear God, nada.
Don't call me that.
Nada verse says Sarma. Sarma
words,
to you too.
Words that cause instant happiness.
Yeah, exactly. Mercia. Now, a real question. What anime do you watch or what manga do you read? Easy for me. I only watched Berserk, Claymore, and a little bit of Naruto. That's it.
I never read any manga.
Yeah, I've read the Berserk manga a bit.
Oh yeah. Also, yeah, me too. That's the only one I've read, and even then, I didn't read it whole. After the Golden Arc, I sort of, and Conviction Arc, I slowly stopped reading. But I also watched the Berserk, Death Note. I don't know if those Studio Ghibli feature movies count, like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and so on. But those are I don't want to say I'm not into them. It's just that I didn't get exposed too much to them. If I devoted my time to them, I would suppose I would watch more of them. So
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But they're generally pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
Violet Rose, I also forgot to mention that it's called the Red Monastery because it was built of red bricks, unlike its neighboring monastery of Saint Chenut, which was built out of white bricks. Violet, thank you for the information, but I'd prefer a link more. Links are so good. So the person with the name written in Glagolica, are you familiar with this lady calling herself the Warrior of Jesus on YouTube? She's the female version of Anderson from
Republic of
Croatia, whose hobbies are spitting on icons. Well, basically verbally spitting on icons and statues of saints. How to react to such a person decently? I honestly, my response to you would be, you don't react, and that's it. Like, the best thing you can do for them is simply to pray for them, because you love them. And if you don't love them, talk to God about that. I think it can be changed easily. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
B, you have another?
No. That's all I would say. Like, pray, be cautious, and simply.
Yeah, do you know what the biggest problem with Orthodox Christians is? I mean, we're so cool. We are so vintage.
Vintage.
When compared to the rest of the Christian population of the world. However, we don't pray. We don't pray enough. That's all I'm going to say.
If only we prayed enough.
Father Ionu, as Orthodox Christians with humorous sense, how do you feel about Hyperdox Herman? I feel like few Orthodox members can be really funny, mostly being on the verge of blasphemy. I like you both and Herman. All I'm going to say, because I don't really follow content from Hyperdox Herman, but I follow B's content. B, to me, from the very beginning, was kind of borderline heretical or blasphemous, right? But he never was blasphemous or heretical, only through joke, which is a complete opposite of many Orthodox Christian who are very like strict and kind of separatistic in a sense. That's how I was when I basically converted to Christianity and Orthodox Christianity from atheism, and that was my beginning. But as time progressed and as I started realizing how weak and irrelevant I am personally, things just changed. And I could never joke about some things that B jokes about, for example, but still I think it's welcome in the orthosphere. Look what I just did there.
I will just add a couple of my points and ideas. Again, on my main channel, I have a video called regarding humor on my channel, because some of people were really offended that my video will be canonized in the Orthodox Church.
Yeah.
Which is something I have made like 10 years ago, like the graph, but then I simply made it into a video. And, I was really surprised at some of the bad input I've got on that video, and it's not going away because I disagree with those comments. I discussed this with my late spiritual father, the humor, and he had a great comment. Religious humor is fine if it emphasizes the good attributes of God or mocks in a like charitable manner our human nature. And for example, there's this old joke like Pharisees bring a woman caught in adultery before Christ, and they say the law of Moses says that we should stone her. What do you say that we should do? And he's like writing something in the sand, and he says, "Let him who has no sin cast the first stone." And then this elderly lady comes from the crowd, picks up a little pebble, and simply throws it in the way of the woman. Doesn't throw it at her, just in her direction. And Christ turns to that lady and says, "I hate when you do that, Mom." And I love that joke because it emphasizes the purity of the Theotokos. And sometimes the reverse humor works because for example, in my video on penal substitution, I drew Christ with this executioner's hood, with these instruments of torture behind him, and he says, "I'm going to what did I say? Something along the lines, I'm going to make you love me, and you're lucky that the Holy Spirit isn't here." Now, some people might interpret this as my jab against God, but it is precisely because I do not believe at all that God is like that. I'm actually emphasizing his love for us, and that is the good rule of the thumb is joke with God as you would with your own mother. So like jokes in good faith, no sexual jokes at all. I once get burned badly with a non-religious friend of mine. I said a religious joke that was fine, and she was like, "Oh, you're into religious jokes." And then she shared a joke that I was like, "Well, we're lucky that the thunder didn't kill us right there and then." And I'm like, okay, I'm only saving these sorts of jokes for religious people because they might not have sense of humor, but they at least know where to draw the line. That's it. Rant over.
The trash guys are here. The trash guys are here.
By the way, guys, whenever we record, there's a dumper truck. Whenever without fail.
Look at the next one. You excited for the new Dune movie? Looks pretty cool to me, says Captain Crunch. Full stop here. Full stop. First of all, B. You read Dune or not?
No.
No. Then you don't have a say in this at all. Dune is my favorite book. By far. The absolute favorite book. Nothing even comes close. And I think it's going to be a huge challenge.
The Bible.
Dune is my favorite book. No, Bible is my favorite, guideline book.
My favorite book that I have to read.
You see,
by the way, guys,
religious jokes.
By the way, guys, on my secondary channel, Bible Illustrated Hand, I have a 3-hour movie on Dune series. I haven't read the book or watched the movies or series or film, but you should check it out.
Great. I said you didn't have a say in this. By the way, I adore David Lynch's movie from 84, 85. And I think it's going to be a huge challenge for the new one to even come close because the vibe in that movie, which was not critically well accepted when it got out, but still became like a cult movie of the past. I think it's going to be a huge challenge, which I don't know what to say. There's the only thing that kind of justifies the existence of 2020 for me is the fact that we're going to get a Dune movie and potentially very soon the new series for the Wheel of Time, books. So yay. Something space. There's a woman here in Belgrade that might be holy fool.
Right.
She had her teeth knocked out a few years ago, and she prays for those guys every day. Really could be, and for her, this is like a fantastic road to salvation. That literally pray for your enemies. McCoy Fleming, what are your favorite foods? Boyan, you say something different every time. LOL.
Well, I'm a big guy, and I have a lot of favorite foods.
Yeah. I'm simple. Eggs, dude. Eggs in
eggs are nice.
Every single way. Oh my God, there are so many ways to make eggs.
My favorite one is eggs mixed with cottage cheese, and then you put it in a skillet. Mwah.
My favorite is eggs with whatever, like literally, and all sorts of eggs. Um, that was it. Oh, this is becoming hard. Violet Rose says she posted the link twice. It's might have been like YouTube might have like just deleted it for some reason. I don't know. So many comments. You guys are talking to each other, not to us, which is perfectly fine. The one where I said not to flirt with your aunt. You said it was disgusting and called me a pizza boy. I
Pizza.
I
I like pizza too.
Hey, okay. The glagolica person from Istra. Ne verba. So no. So about the person who has a YouTube and it's like doing bad things, saying bad things. So
Yeah.
not verbally, she literally goes into chapels,
Hospital.
like hospital
Yeah.
chapels, and spits. Wow. I'm a Catholic.
Wow.
But we agree in this case 100%. Problem is she does this publicly.
Rosary time, I guess.
Exactly. I was going for what's the translation? Sorry. I need to brush up more on my English renditions of Roman Catholic materials. You know, I use the word materials because we mentioned that wizards use material components. So guess I'm not a humor expert. Somebody says I'm not a woman after all. You guys are having a wild discussion about something which I don't really understand. Captain Crunch agrees with me that David Lynch was awesome and he enjoyed the Sci-Fi Channel's reboot. I can't say I didn't enjoy it. I did. Yeah, I did. But it's still the Lynch's version is like, wow. Ward the Confessor, like a hero from Warcraft or something like that. What are some of your guilty pleasures?
Oh.
Like sometimes I would go to a mosque.
And pray with the Jews.
Guilty pleasure. I don't know. I probably have some, but I'm not able to identify them. I might be dishonest with myself. B, you want to give it a go?
Well, there is a couple of drama channels that I like on YouTube, like Turkey Tom and so on. The Right Opinion, which I really like. For a long time, I was subscribed to ContraPoints, and some people really let me have it because why are you supporting that demon-possessed man? And I'm like, well, he's the only leftist that I actually enjoy listening to, which is rare. Like, I generally don't see good memes from the left. And recently, I actually saw one, literally one, and ContraPoints is like that. I basically don't agree with anything he says, basically anything, but I do admire his brain. But simply as of recent, I really don't have time to watch YouTube videos, so I can only really watch the videos that I can listen to. And ContraPoint is you're really missing out on much if you don't watch it because it's so crazy and outlandish. But that would be my number one guilty pleasure, I would say. Maybe. Oh, and basically, okay, because I've gotten used to get orthodoxy from people I know in person and from books, not from YouTube. I'm subscribed to quite a no, I want to say quite a lot, but it's not quite a lot. To a couple of Catholic channels that I like listening to.
Oh wait! I need to prepare for my reaction. Catholic channels?
How dare I? But that's about it. That's about it.
You kind of unlocked something for me. I have a guilty pleasure. Sometimes I go and look at a video by Baka Prasi.
Okay, that's bad. I have no option but to judge you right now.
Yeah, the most subscribed Serbian YouTuber who is like destroying whole generations of our children.
Yeah.
But yeah, God bless you, man. Hopefully you're gonna change in a way.
Thank you.
Well, nada is actually nada, like Serbian. I'm pretty sure now. I'm absolutely certain now because
So you didn't figure it by now?
B, I'm not that smart. You know that, right? You know I'm challenged. So, you don't mock stupid people. That's bad.
You're here on social inclusion program, so I would get tax cuts.
Not even the Protestants do it. Or maybe some.
Oh, that reminded me of that top Protestantism meme. Like these two elderly people with like heaven backdrop, with like light shining on them. And one of them wears the shirt saying Bible is an idol. And the second says like scripture is the mark of the beast, something like that. And some says this is top Protestantism.
Dude, I sent you that. I just realized I sent you that meme today.
Yeah. You did.
Give credit when credit due. You understand? Credit due, you give. All you do is give. This is how Christians do. Okay? Mind you. So nada is actually nada. I thought it was like Spanish nada, like nothing. So I was like, nada verse. It could be also Italian a bit. Sorry, I'm not mocking you. I'm just this was my
doesn't have sense of humor.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really bad at humor. Somebody mentioned, McCoy Fleming mentioned, yeah, do you have opinions on Her Majesty the Queen? Is it okay if I just say no?
I call her the Lich Queen because she will outlive us all.
Yeah. That opinion I actually share. I don't know, like every time I see her, I'm like, look at this granny. And that's all I think. That's literally all I think about that.
By the way, have you ever played Warhammer?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, like, you mean like a Warhammer video game or like Warhammer, like pen and paper?
Anything is fine.
Yes.
So there's this vampire count called Vlad von Karstein.
Okay.
And he became the ruler of this land of Sylvania. And how did they figure out that he's a vampire? Like the oldest granny in some village remembered clearly when he married the countess, when she was a little girl. Like the granny was the little girl. And I'm like, man, we will be in our 90s and we will watch the queen who looks the same like she did when we were like little kids.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, there are people who really never seem to grow old. So, Captain Crunch, lol, Milo. I mean that happens often. You're in a goofy mood today. Yes, kinda. I kinda am. Sorry about that. Oh, somebody's guilty pleasure. Should I hide this? Should I show this? Should I hide it? Should I show this? What do I do? My guilty pleasure is watching a small YouTube channel, Bible Illustrated, behind which is an Orthodox guy from Serbia. I recommend.
Let's subscribe to him and support little YouTuber, guys.
Yeah, let's support the little guy. So you need to stand up for the little guy. Always stand up for the little guy.
By the way, one of my favorite comments that I received. Oh boy, and you're so thin. You so don't look the fat as you draw yourself. And this is literally all they see in the video. Em knows the full size me, so he knows why this is funny.
Hey, Mr. Volders. Percival says, "Hi, I am a 2B Orthodox catechumenate, which is something I talked about with the priest of the nearest parish to me in the Netherlands. He recommends following online liturgies, but I feel bad. And there's a question about that. Should I just comply? And I'm wondering what you guys did during the last couple of months." So this is actually back to the Corona topic. I'm guessing that the priest told you to follow the liturgies online. And again, we really talked about this in a couple of videos, actually. We are currently attending the liturgies we have been doing so for the past 3 months or something. And we've been successfully spreading Corona through the church. No, what I'm trying to say is,
like 4 of our bishops got sick.
The thing is, there are countries where this is banned, and there are countries where this is banned. Serbia being one of these. But I think now you can have 100 people in the same closed space. So basically, we don't really have this problem. We understand when we're talking about that people from the United States, for example, who can't go to liturgies, mostly, as far as I know, would kind of feel bad. So that's why we actually asked people to send us names so that we can mention them with us during divine liturgies that we attend. I have a piece of paper in my wallet and I carry it. So feel free to go to our website, reach out, send us a name. We'll mention you like you're there with us. We'll gladly do it. And I personally do not like online liturgies at all.
But you should comply. I mean,
but yes, because that's the first and the biggest lesson of Christianity. Being is it the word penitent?
Yeah, that's fine. By the way, this may be too broad what I'm about to say, but try to get rid yourself of "I feel bad" stance. Usually in Christianity, when people feel bad, it is all for the wrong reasons. Oh, should I eat oil today? Oh, I did my cross wrong. Oh, I did not know that today is Saint X when we should do Y, and so on and so forth. Obey the gospel, go to church when able. It's really simple. That's it. Remember that the priest.
It really is. That's it.
Yeah,
it really is.
Your primary, and maybe it should be the only contact with Orthodoxy, with the true church, should be through that priest, not us online guys. Online, you can find anything. I like to joke, broccoli is bad for you, and then I can find 10 scientific studies why broccoli is the most poisonous, noxious substance that you can get into your body. So simply do whatever that priest tells you, and you will be closest to salvation you ever got.
Yeah, and here's why, if I may say so. Here's me thinking out loud. When you listen to this priest, what you just did is you submitted your free will. By the way, free will, the one huge gift that was bestowed upon humanity, you're submitting literally your only last resource you have in you as a person, as a personality. You're submitting that to somebody else, which is an absolute act of love. And love is God. God is love. So that's my 2 cents. Oh no, that's my 2 kopejks. McCoy Fleming says, "You two speak a little German, so any Swedish? Talar du svenska? Jag tycker om kanelbullar." Kanelbullar is actually cinnamon roll, which I used to adore before I went on keto. I don't personally speak a lot of Swedish, but I understand a bit because my best friend has been living in Sweden for almost a decade now, and I've been visiting almost every year. So I understand a little bit.
Yeah.
Tack, McCoy Fleming. Tack. Percival, not us. Sorry, you want to say something?
No. I wanted to reply to that, but read the comment.
Yeah, Percival, not us online guys. I know, haha. That was the advice he told me in person. Smart priest. And I unfortunately disobeyed. I've been listening to you also for a while now, but appreciate the advice. Well, the thing is, this is a very good. This is a very good thing. I'd like us to reflect on. I love B's videos. We reconnected and kind of rekindled our friendship when I rediscovered his content on YouTube, and his content is really.
Can I translate? Oh, that guy I knew previously got super popular. Hi, B.
Super popular. So, big brain YouTuber. So basically,
No, like that hole in the brain.
why so silly? No, goofy was the word. So basically, what B is doing as well, he is always saying his opinion, and opinions matter. They're great, but at the end of the day, that's how you should regard them. Never, in my opinion, never as advice.
Yeah.
That's my comment on that. Oh, good questions.
By the way, first of all, I just want to add, it's fine if you watch online content or any other content, but that content is spice to macronutrients the priest provides. If you only go by online content, you'll end up with nothing. But
Why do I
if you
always
go
visualize
food, yeah. Somebody will ask me in my 70th year, like, Mr. Boyan, why do your parables always revolve around food? Well, you see, my parables are like sauerkraut. It's disgusting.
We have some great questions down the line. So, Michael Gilmore, what is the Serbian national food dish? And I knew that somebody from Serbia is going to write sarma, but it's not a Serbian dish, even though it is a Serbian dish. So let's explain. It's originally a Turkish dish, appropriated by people in Serbia. So national Serbian dish would be sarma, in a way. Also cevapi, which is like kebab, maybe the
No,
grilled.
it's different. Kebab is a different thing.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, my bad.
I mean, the word comes from the same.
Yeah, that's why I did it. Oops, I did it again. Then also Karađorđeva šnicla, which is the Karađorđe steak. There's a whole story about it. We're gonna do a Serbian food episode. So,
by the way, didn't we do it previously?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and I think also one important Serbian dish, which I tend to list as one of my favorites, is gibanica.
Yep, and I don't eat gibanica anymore. By the way, Jovan says, if this is numero uno, referring to the title of the live stream, how many episodes of this we're going to be having? I don't really know. Like when I started the stream, the thing asked me to put a title, so I just I was like, this is our first live stream together. Broccoli should be a penitence punishment, canon epitimia at the confession. You are wrong, Father. Sorry, I have to say, broccoli is great.
It should be epitimia for me.
Broccoli is great. I love broccoli, but yes, it could be used as an epitimia for B especially. Absolutely. Heath Hamilton, hi guys, much love from Ohio. Much love from Belgrade, Serbia.
Also Belgrade, Serbia.
Broccoli tastes better than pepper. Well, it depends.
Controversial opinions galore.
Oh wow, this is deep. How do you guys define love, especially between us humans? Well, obviously, you know.
By the way, when I said that I'm subscribed to like Catholic channels, how to define love? To love is to will the good of the other. Such a scholastic definition.
I gotta say, I don't think love can and should be defined because it exists ipso facto. I dare you to Google that. It's Latin, basically on its own. It just exists. It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't need like something to imply it or something to derive it from. It just exists because God is love. And I'm answering. You're gonna get your 2 minutes of glory. Be you popular big brain YouTuber.
Well, love is like time. We all know what time is, but I dare you to define time. Like I dare you.
Yeah, pretty much. But then again, we've all felt the passing of time, just as we all felt and still feel love, which is awesome. Awesome. Boyan is big brain. You big brain. Yes, Boyan is big brain. I've been saying that all along.
And here is for my tax cuts.
Shut up, B. Shut up. You said bad stuff against the government, and now you shall be punished. Nada says sarma is meat wrapped in cabbage. Well, there's also rice. Meat with rice, and it's sweet cabbage, to be precise. How were the visits in Sweden? I mean, I only went to Gothenburg or Göteborg. So that's all Sweden I've seen. It is a beautiful country with beautiful nature. I did like circle around Göteborg and went to the seashore, etc., etc. It is a wonderful country. I've met some wonderful people, but it's, in my opinion, very liberal. It's, to my taste, it's very, very liberal, and there are the aspects of it like a lot of control that the state has over, for example, children's education and stuff like that. I mean, it's a whole topic. It's not easy for me to respond, but if I'm only like focusing on the visits, it was really great. Castle, I visited castles. I went to play. I visited like a Christmas fair in Göteborg. It was awesome. I learned that they have their own version of Santa. Was it Tom? I don't remember. I could Google it. The guy was in gray robes as opposed to Coca-Cola version. It was.
They have beautiful Santa Clauses.
Yeah, it was so, like and my best friend is there with his family, so my visits to Sweden are always very emotional and great. Karageorgieva sarma.
Yeah, risky business.
Oh yeah, okay. Somebody's reminding us of the Leskovets barbecue. You know when I asked when I first visited my friend in the United States and asked him, "Would you like me to bring you something from Serbia?" And he was like, "Let me ask my wife." And he was like, "Can I bring me pirog?" I was like, "What? Can you bring me a pirog?" What can you like slow it down? He goes, pirog. I was like, oh my god, pirotski chilim is pirota.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, but that's carpet, dude. It's huge. Imagine bringing that as a gift. Like, I come bearing carpet. That's ridiculous.
Hey, a carpet would make me happy.
Guys' favorite Bible verses. Oh, this is a hard one. If I would have to choose, are we talking? Are we talking about the entire New Testament? I don't know.
Bible.
Well, I didn't read the Old Testament anyway, so you remember that?
Well, you're Orthodox, so.
No. Do you remember that the joke that we had about that?
Remind me.
Well, you need to watch our videos again. I watched them 5 times.
Okay, well, you clearly have too much time on your hands, so.
No, it's just a way for me to spend more time with you, you big brain YouTuber, famous guy whom I'm, taking
Text
advantage
cutting.
of. So text cutting. That's it. Yes.
So my favorite Bible verses, like I know, when you did it to the list of my brethren, you did it to me. Then the parable of the servants who receive the talents to multiply them. That one is one of my favorites.
Agreed. That's one of the most used in my life. I've used that one the most on people to like convey a message or prove a point, maybe.
And the verse that always gets me big shivers is Pilate's wife approaching her husband, Saint Claudia, and saying, have nothing to do with the judgment of this man because I suffered in my dream a lot because of him. I'm getting the chills right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. But man, that is like such a random and powerful moment, and you can unpack a lot from that verse.
B, you're going to help me now because I don't read the Bible in English. So, blaženstva?
Beatitudes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like, that would be like a shared number one place. And the second one is poslanica. Neće nas ništa razvojiti od Gospoda, ni mač, ni...
Nothing will separate us from the love of the Lord, neither the sword nor...
Yeah, exactly, that one, which I can't quote. I don't quote the Bible. I just don't do that. I have notes. But
in fact, I don't even know the Bible.
Yeah, sorry. But thank you for the question. I love thinking about that. Vord the Confessor, the Warcraft hero. What is sarma the same as dolma? I don't know. Dolma sounds like...
it's similar, but I think that the dolma generally refers to stuffed vegetables, not necessarily cabbage.
Oh! Sorry, I made a mess.
Yeah, and I think the dolma, if include leaves, it refers to wine grapes, but not cabbage. But it is it's not the same, but the concept is very similar.
Yeah. And is that Greek? B?
No, I think it is from Turkish or Arabic, but it's sort of spread around a lot. A lot of languages use the word dolma. I don't know I'll check it right now.
We can Google it. J.W. Lee. Do we know that guy? Who is that guy? Hi, J.W.
We know that guy.
Do you both have a favorite animation/animated show? I'm wondering because I'm currently in college studying animation. Well, anything by Pixar is pretty much awesome. Pixar.
For example, I like Studio Ghibli. I like traditional Disney animation, especially before politics got really involved between Disney. I mean, there is a clear transformation from good old family entertainment in Disney, and then them turning into an evil company that, I know, simply out to get money at the expense of quality. I think that my favorite cartoon ever is Disney's The Sleeping Beauty, and especially pay attention to the backgrounds. They're stunning. And also check out the guy who actually drew them. I can't remember his name, but he did a lot of prep work for those backgrounds. And there was, I believe, some sort of controversy between the animators regarding him, which is a pity because for me, every background in Sleeping Beauty is a masterpiece. That whole movie is a work of art, like supreme.
By the way, intro music from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah, especially that intro. Did you say intro music? Oh yeah. It is the Schubert's Ave Maria in the world of animation.
It's like, go YouTube, Google it. Nada, true love is undefinable, and text cuts is love. Pretty
Thank
much.
you, Nada.
McCoy Fleming, interesting question. Do you know of the political compass? And if so, where would you place yourselves? I actually did a test. I don't trust tests, especially because in the last one I did, I ended up being a rabid dog. Well, no, a wild dog. Chien sauvage is how we translated this to French. But when I did this test, which is a very comprehensive test, and people claim that it's good, I ended up being like very, very left conservative.
Okay.
Traditional, like left conservative / traditionalist.
There is. I haven't done those tests, but I generally oppose a lot, if not all, authoritarian like policies. I really dislike those. Then again,
really?
Yeah, surprise. Then again, I don't consider myself a leftist. Maybe someone right wing might consider me leftist. If I have to choose, I would have to go policy by policy. The only thing
Biden or Trump? No. B. Biden or Trump?
Sorry, a Bible Trumper. Yeah, but the sole thing I would be really strict about is the abortion. That's all. Anything else is like, do your own thing, but be careful. It just might damn you.
No, abortion is a huge no. Period.
It's rude.
Ionu or Father Ionu. Father Staniloae, or Staniloae, I'm not sure if I'm reading this correct. Defined time is the interval between God's calling and our positive response. Time definition, oh Lord Jesus, ain't nobody got time for that.
This is also something I quoted quite recently, even though it was the dead meme for the long time.
Oh, true Serbian over there. Rakia, or true Balkan over here. Rakia sometimes conveys love also. Gotta confirm that, but it also sometimes make us sick. Captain Crunch, you gotta go. This has been the blast or the best. Thank you, Captain Crunch. See you later. Carpet is love. JW asks about Serbian films we would recommend.
Yeah.
Zero films.
No, there are good ones.
Sorry?
Variola Vera is really
old ones.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
old Serbian movies, which are probably well translated. I would recommend them. New Serbian movies, I'm like, don't do this to yourself, especially if something is titled the Serbian movie. Do not, and I repeat, do not
go for that.
Do not go down that particular hole. Violet Rose, if we talk about the New Testament, we will never finish the live stream. Well, it has been a long one, so we're gonna have to. Okay. Let me see. Do you have favorite classical Baroque composers? I love all of them. So
name one.
I love all of them.
All of them.
Do you want me to name classical composers?
Components.
Well, Mozart and Bach being the first, but so let's see. I'm trying to find my best composition. I'm trying to remember its name. I know the song.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know the melody, but I can't remember how it's called. Hold on. I'll remember by the end of the podcast. I'll remember by the end of the podcast. Sonata
Arctic. Okay. Controversial opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stuffed pepper is better than sarma. I agree. I prefer it myself. And by the way, it is all sorts of a joke that a lot of people simply remove the stuffing and throw away the paprika or the bell pepper. I used to do that as a kid, but right now I actually enjoy even the paprika part.
Hold on. No, it's not that one. Which one is it? I'll find which one. Oh yeah, guys, do we play any instruments? Yes, little bit of guitar, little bit of ukulele, very little bit piano. Wow, I can't remember it. I want to recommend it because it's beautiful.
Maybe Tactical Scanning.
Yeah. No,
I
it's
guess.
not. Oh, I can't remember. I'm dying here. Okay. I'll come back with that. Ward the Confessor, rip Star Wars and all Disney classics that are being remade. Absolutely, Disney kind of ruins things, but sometimes they're okay. Any films from Serbia? We already had that. How do you feel about the Hogwarts universe? I feel indifferent.
I like it a lot. I mean,
I know. I was tempted to buy you something from when I was in LA last, to buy you something like a souvenir, but you wouldn't believe how costly they are from Universal Studios.
Oh yeah, I know, because they sell like these plastic magic wands in Serbian shops, and they're so overpriced that I like commented, they better cast real spells for this price. I actually love the Hogwarts universe quite a lot, and I didn't quite know how to pinpoint why I liked it so much. And then I realized because literally on every page you don't know what's going to happen. It's constant sense of mystery, of exploration, of surprise that you generally don't see in epic fantasy, because epic fantasy sort of has its own set of rules, while in Hogwarts it's everything can happen, and that is why I like about it so much. And my spiritual father really liked the Harry Potter series from the Christian perspective. I won't get into John K. Rowling's recent, trying to like getting woke and then sort of getting red pilled. I don't want to get involved in that, but the book series I believe is really great, and I haven't read it in quite a lot, but I believe that I have read like the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I think I have read it about 11 times. But I can't do that because I've read the Gospels many times more. So.
This is a good one. I don't know how I feel. It's a little too late in the world to be that worried about politics. That's an interesting point of view. I'm inclined to almost agree with it 100%. Inquisitor Xav, ne volim rakija. You don't like rakia? I might actually go ahead and sue you.
Yeah.
Send me your details.
My phone is about to die. We have 5% more.
Cool. Let's go. Let's skim through these. Blog. I'm wondering if you have any Orthodox books that you would recommend I buy. I just recently visited a local bookstore looking for the Orthodox Study Bible, but they didn't have it. I would recommend Father Peter Gilchrist, Becoming Orthodox.
I would recommend you ordering Orthodox Study Bible of Amazon and Everyday Saints.
Everyday Saints, yes. Thumbs up for that as well. Although the translation might be a bit questionable. My favorite song is Alto Giove. Yeah, I know that, but I'll search it as well to confirm. I'm going to find the one. I have this. It's literally my favorite, and I can't remember. There's so many sonatas number something that I can't remember. No, I'm not thinking about Moonlight Sonata. That would be too easy. Jovan asked, which house are you? He's obviously Gryffindor. I don't really... I can't
I'm
say.
a Hufflepuff who thinks he deserves Ravenclaw, but no.
What are your thoughts on Trump? Trumpet is a great instrument when you know how to play it.
I like Trump cards. I like how they defeat all other cards.
Yeah, and I like the next question. Ward the Confessor, favorite whiskey or beer? Favorite whiskey or beer? I don't drink whiskey. The only whiskey I liked ever is before I got married. My father brought like a 40-something-year-old whiskey that I actually enjoyed. So if it's whiskey, if it's whiskey or beer, it's always going to be beer. I love beer, but I'm not drinking beer a lot nowadays because I'm eating keto. So sorry.
I don't drink whiskey, and I hate the taste of beer, but that's fine because I'm allergic to beer. So,
Percival, do you like electronic music or IDM like Boards or of Canada or Apex Twin, which is also often have melodic progression similar to classical music, and it's good. I don't listen to these bands or artists in particular, but in general, I really listen to all music that I like. I'm not like genre confined. Wow.
we should be wrapping up this real fast because I'm on 4%.
Okay. Is there an expression in Serbia which is equivalent of katolibana in Croatia, aka somebody who's against abortion and generally promotes conservative teachings of the church? We don't have an expression other than maybe like some pejorative names for religious people in general.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff sounds like doing drugs. Yes, it does. Huff the puff, a Gryffindor here.
Yeah.
Hogwarts, I prefer Disnator. Lol. Boyne, how much gyros can you eat? What is your record? Mine is 2.
Mine is also 2, but those were tiny gyruses.
JW, Harry Potter universe snacks you want to try? I don't know. I think it was a question. Would you try? Well, anyways, we need to wrap this up. It was a pleasure talking to you, B, and a huge pleasure engaging these 20 plus people who were on the live stream. I think we might do it again. Just saying.
Yeah, we will definitely do it again. Again, thanks you guys. Thank you, Tax Cuts. So thanks everybody.
Be well, live long and prosper.
I don't know how to do that. Okay, this is the closest thing. Is this fine? Okay, this.
Oh wow! Look at the explanation of the Katoliban is pejorative, like Catholic plus Taliban. Taliban.
I like it. It's good. It's sort of witty.
And I mean it is, but again, abortion is bad. And
Yeah.
That's it. Let's play D&D next time, somebody said. That's a good idea, but ain't got time for that, dude. You know D&D, you know how much time it takes?
A lot
of time. The time that we no longer have. He's a big brain YouTuber and I have kids.
But we can play a short adventure here online.
We can. I think that might work.
Okay.
But somebody would have to like kind of make the first step, like prepare an adventure and say, I'm gonna be your DM.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead this and you follow.
Okay.
Trump's full name for Serbs is Trump dash not Clinton.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. B, have a great rest of the evening sleeping.
You too.
Engaging funny threads on Discord and Reddit.
Indeedy.
Aloha.
Bye, guys. Thanks a lot.
And also bye. Thank you. So what do you do? How do I end this now?
I don't know.
Let's see. Big red button end broadcast. Bye.
Bye. Finally, this stupid show is over. I can't.
It doesn't work.
Oh no!
What is